To a student, the word STEM can be an intimidating concept. A perceived wall of barrier stands between the students and the field of science, technology, engineering, and math. According to a 2022 survey by U.S. Cellular, almost half of students believe pursuing an education in STEM is too costly or too difficult. With STEM careers projected to grow by almost 11% by 2031, over 2 times faster than all other occupations, Education Service Center Region 12 hopes to break perceived barriers and inspire more Region 12 students to pursue interests and careers in STEM. This week's episode of Degrees of Science is a little different. It's a look back at STEMfest 2023 and how the community came together to make a difference.
Students to take a piece of foil and build their boat and then see how many pennies their boat will hold. And after they've done that, if they want to redesign their boat to make it better, to see if they want to hold more pennies.
We're having some fun with using our Indie robot. It is a pre-K through 3rd grade level robot. It uses a color sensor on the bottom to recognize which way to go, and I have the kids here today building different pathways to begin their coding journey.
We're using chromatography to solve a crime. Who stole the Scooby snack?
Learn about the different stages and life cycles of earthworms and how they are an asset to our community.
For me, it's important because I came from middle school in Dallas. I was a teacher before I worked for Spiro. So it's important to me because as society grows, we are growing towards more of a STEM world. So it's important to me to give those kids a chance to understand, because a lot of times with a lot of other places, they don't necessarily have a space for the smaller kids. You know, you think of coding and you think of engineering as like a higher level thinking, like 6th grade and up, but we want to give those kids who are younger than 6th grade a space to be able to learn, so that when they get to Roblox and they are using block coding and JavaScript, they have a prior knowledge and not just going in completely blank-minded.
So a lot of times STEM material is very hard to find or very expensive. So here at Take Care of Texas, we provide free resources that follow along the idea of STEM to teachers and educators across Texas.
So sustainability is such an interdisciplinary science subject, and so there's things like geology, environmental science, biology. We even need lawyers, we need peacemakers, we need change makers, and so it really requires so many people to be hands-on and to make a difference. And so I'm hoping by doing this outreach, it can teach kids about the issue, and then they can choose what they want to do with that information to make a difference.
Well, STEM in our everyday lives is all around us, because STEM is just science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and so of course you use all of those, but the engineering piece is the piece that is part of STEM, where you want to make your life better, and so we're always all tinkering at things to create things that will help our lives be better.
STEM's very important in my career because that's what I use to create lesson plans and activities. I look at the components of the lessons or of the standards, and most of the time it's based on science and technology. And so it's very important for me to bring in those strategies of teaching STEM topics to the students within the lesson plans. Throughout the years, we have finally realized that if we teach them young, they're eventually going to create habits from those lessons that they learn. And that's what's really important for younger students, especially learning about STEM and learning about ways to take care of the environment. The younger they learn, the more they're able to make that a habit, and habitually doing something creates environmental leaders in the future.
Tonight I hope we spark an interest in STEM so that kids know that hands-on learning can be fun and see the value in STEM in their everyday lives.
Yeah, there's different ways to be an engineer, and there's always that critical thinking piece, or just think outside the box.
It's challenging, but that it can be a fun thing, and that they can do whatever they want to make a difference in this world.
Andy Parr, an education specialist at ESC Region 12, says The emphasis for STEMfest is not only to expand awareness and education to students and the community about this quickly growing field, but it's to pique the interest, help students make connections, and see the entry pass versus the barriers. A key factor to STEMfest is the change in the meaning of STEM to make it less intimidating. Instead of only thinking it's science, technology, engineering, and math, ESC Region 12 specialists came up with solve, think, experience, and make to represent the 4 letters of STEM and give a meaning that is recognizable and relatable to students of all ages. We encourage you to find ways to make STEM part of your everyday life and everyday learning.